Dollar index, we start with the daily chart. Okay, based on daily chart, if we refer back to even my last videos when the price was somewhere around here, we mentioned that we are interested in the up move. That means we are looking for the buy in long term. But now the question is whether the price from here can start to move up, or we can expect the price break this low before we get the up move. Okay, now we have this move. Okay, for this week, we know the question is whether this is the start of the up move, or again, still we can expect the price to drop. How deep, whether it can break this low or not, we are not sure. Okay, no, that's why we want to know how we can trade this one. In this case, we don't have much information based on daily chart. We move to forward chart. Okay, based on forward chart, first things we need to know that the price have broke this high. And if we refer to the indicators, based on this, we have a divergence, and even based on the MACD. Okay, now the question is for the next week, whether we can say this is the end of this move and we can look for the down move, or we will have a bigger correction for the continuation. Okay, this is the two questions we need to know for the next week. Okay, based on what we have right now, we can put this correction only in relative to this, and this is the next. Okay, now if we say this is the only correction we have and this is the only move, based on the divergence we can expect for the down move for the next week. That's mean if the price sharply drop any correction, we can look for sell. If we say this is the only move, and how high it can go, we are not sure. Maybe the price from, if we're looking for sell, I mean we are talking about sell, if the price whether from here or higher start to drop, in that case we consider this is the only move. We should look for the sharp move correction for continuation. And this is the one of the option. In case, I mean, when we consider this is the only move and this is the end of this move because of the divergence. And the another option is that yes, we have a divergence, but we will get the bigger correction for the continuation. Okay, it doesn't mean that we have a divergence and the price can reverse. Divergence can give us a correction. Okay, then again, one of the option we consider this is the only move and we can look for the down move. The another option is that we will expect for the bigger correction before we get the next move for the up continuation of this move. Okay, if we want to look for the correction, how we can look for it? One of the option is this is the only correction we have within this range. That means we can get one move down. Okay, now what I want to say, may next week that we can expand, I mean we will, if, when we're looking for the up move, we can, one of the option is that we consider we have this 1 2 3 in relative to this. That means we can get one more move down similar to what we have here, then we get the bigger correction in relative to this for the next move up. Okay, that means if you want to look for buy, we can if the price drop similar what I would draw, we get the correction similar to this, then from there we can look for buy. Okay, this is one of the option. The another one is may internally we get the big correction before we get this. That's mean we get one move down similar to what we have here, we get the running flat in relative to this for the next move up, then we will have 1 2 3, then we get one more correction similar to what we have here for bigger correction in relative to this for the next move. Okay, that's mean if we want to look for the up move, we need to wait for the correction. We have both two options. One is similar to what I draw here. Just now explained. The another one is only, this is the only correction relative to this. We won't get the one more small similar to this here. We will get the bigger similar to this. Anyway, which one will happen, we are not sure. Then if we get any of this correction, then from there we can look for buy. But how about if the prices start to continue move higher without giving a correction? Then we don't have the buy setup. That means if you want to look for buy, we should get the correction before we take the buy. Okay, now I just explain how we can trade for the next week. If we get the correction, any of the two-way correction I just explained, then from there we can look for buy. But if we see any sharp move, a small flag, we can look for sell. In that case, we consider this is the end of this move. Okay, anyway, we don't have any more information more than what I explained. The only thing is next week we wait and we see what we will get here, and hopefully we get the big correction for the continuation for the up move. Okay, in this case we move to lower time frame, 1 hour, to see how we can trade even based on a 1 hour time frame. If we put this one, we see whether we have a good divergence or not. If we put this one in relative to this, we move to MACD here and here, we see we have a divergence. Okay, but based on this one, we don't have it. Okay, again, the divergence doesn't mean anything. And what we are looking for next week, if the price from here continue to move up, we are not going to buy. We need to get the buy setup. First things we're looking, the first option, I mean, one of the option is that if I put this one here, the one of the option is that we can expect to get one move down similar to what we have here again in relative to this for the next move up. Then we get a bigger correction. That means we can expect a more complex correction before we get the up move. In that case, we will have both two play. I mean, we can look for buy in two parts, whether when one from here when we get the small correction relative to this, the another one is here when we get the second one. The another option is that may this is the only correction. In relative to this, we can expect the one move down. Then from there, we can look for up. That's mean we have only one opportunity before we take the buy. And again, if the price from here continue, we are not going to look for buy. This is how we're going to look for buy for the next week. That's mean we get a bigger correction. And for the down move, in case this is the end of the up move, also explain based on forward chart. Anyway, we don't have much more information rather than what I explained here, and hopefully we get a big correction before we get the price can continue. Anyway, we just follow the chart when the market open. Then if we see any changes or any update, even any trade setup, then I will share it on YouTube. Thanks.